Yas Espedia, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I hope your day, your week, and your weekend have been going very well so far. In ancient times, the oracle was a source of wisdom and fortune telling for the people. In modern times, he just gives out really good football picks. Welcome back to the NFL Oracle, guys. This is part 2 of our Week 6 NFL Oracle video. As I mentioned back in part 1, which, by the way, if you have not checked it out, part 1, where we just cover straight bets, has already been out for a few days now. Make sure to go ahead and check that out. But this is the new format from now on. Instead of doing one long, massive, hour-plus long video, we're splitting it into 2 parts. Part 1 being straight/single bets, however you want to go ahead and call them. And then part 2 is the parlay and teaser portion of the Oracle. So that's this video right here. This is part 2 of the NFL Oracle. We're covering parlays and teasers for Week 6 of the NFL. We're coming off a very strong week last week. Now, I already did a full recap in part 1 of how we did, but just to kind of reiterate, we made over 27 units profit last week between parlays and teasers. Obviously, we had one massive parlay, plus 2,351 odds that hit. So we made a lot of money last week, hoping to go ahead and build that momentum coming into this week. And I do apologize. I know the video is coming out later on Sunday morning. We had some scheduling stuff this week. So unfortunately, this was supposed to come out midday Saturday. Unfortunately, it comes out later in the morning on Sunday. So make sure you watch this, get your bets in right away before the games kick off. No time to waste, guys. Let's go ahead and dive right into our Week 6 parlays and teasers. All right, guys, for this week's video, I have 3 parlays and 3 teasers to go ahead and share with you guys. So 6 plays total in this video. Now, this is not a typical video. I'm not going to dive too deep into every single play because in part 1, I already broke down every single game this week. So we're going to kind of touch on some things, recap some things I already said in part 1, but kind of go through all of the plays. So my first parlay is a 3-leg parlay. And by the way, guys, we are using DraftKings for these parlays. Now, you might find better odds somewhere else, but for me personally, DraftKings is my sports book of choice. So let's go ahead and switch over to the DraftKings screen here. And first up, we got a 3-leg moneyline parlay. I'm calling this the should win parlay. Okay, these are the 3 teams I think should definitely win this week. It's simple. It's not a huge winner, not a big, crazy plus money play, but it's a nice, easy parlay. 3 legs, plus 241 odds. I got the Patriots over the Saints. Coming off that Sunday Night Football win versus the Bills, this could be something of a trap game for New England, but I do think the Patriots should go ahead and take care of business against a Saints team that I don't think is all that good. Now, they did beat the Giants, who then beat the Eagles, so does that mean the Saints are technically one of the best teams in the league? I don't know about that, but I mean, obviously, I think the Saints team, they got a big win last week versus the Giants. I don't know if that's going to be a consistent thing for them. New England looks very good coming off that Buffalo win. Now, they are on the road here, but I expect the Patriots to handle their business and beat the Saints in New Orleans. We also have Cowboys over the Panthers. If you guys watched the Oracle last week, it's kind of the same thought process. I think the Panthers and Cowboys are 2 pretty evenly bad defensive teams. It comes down to which offense do I trust more. In this case, I trust the Cowboys offense more than I do the Panthers offense. So Cowboys money line, I think they go ahead and win that one. I just do not trust Carolina in that spot. And then last but not least, we have the Chargers money line here against the Dolphins. The Chargers have lost 2 in a row. Pretty disappointing losses. At that, they lost to the Giants, and then they went ahead and lost to the Commanders. I think Miami obviously is a bit of a dumpster fire right now. They lost to the Panthers last week. This team is trending in the wrong direction, and I just don't see this going well for Miami. The Chargers definitely should win this game. If the Chargers lose this game, guys, time to sound the alarms. Break glass in case of emergency for the LA Chargers if they lose this game to Miami. Now, I know the Chargers have had a lot of injuries, specifically on the offensive side of the football. That's one of the big reasons why the last couple games, their offense has not been as efficient. They scored 18 points versus the Giants, 10 points versus the Commanders. But I do think this Miami team is that bad where their offense does not have to be firing on all cylinders to go ahead and win this game. So 3-leg parlay, plus 241 odds. Again, all 3 of these teams should win. All right, guys, next up, we have a nice little, or not so little, 6-leg parlay. This parlay I'm naming What a Lovely Spread. We have 6 legs. All of them are spread picks. All of them are basically alternate line spread picks, where I'm kind of taking a couple points off or adding a couple points to a spread to make it a little easier to go ahead and hit. So What a Lovely Spread, that's the name of this parlay. I think it's my thing. I'm going to start naming all the parlays for these videos. Is there a reason to do it? No, but obviously if they hit, it's obviously really cool to be like, wow, what a lovely spread. All right, so we got Rams minus 2.5 versus the Ravens. Again, I mentioned this in the part 1 video. Ravens team is a disaster. Lamar's already confirmed to be out. They have so many injuries. I don't really like this. The Rams obviously look very, very good. Rams minus 2.5. The actual spread is 7, so we're taking down to 2.5 points. Win by a field goal, you cover this. Chargers minus 2.5, kind of double dipping there, which obviously is risky when you do parlays, kind of putting the similar things. But the Chargers should definitely win this game. If they don't, I'm screwed, but they should win this game. Steelers minus 2.5. Again, we talked about a lot of this in part 1, but you have a Browns team that's traveling from overseas, immediately coming overseas, going on the road in Pittsburgh, divisional game, really tough place to play, especially in a divisional battle, with a rookie quarterback making his second start. And oh, by the way, the Steelers are coming off a bye week. Literally every bad thing situationally for the Browns here. Steelers, I don't love their team, but from a situational standpoint, it's a really good play, minus 2.5. Seahawks are the only spread I didn't do an alternate on, minus 1.5. I think Seattle wins this game. I think they win it handedly, honestly. Jacksonville short rest. Seattle coming off a rough loss to the Bucs. I think Seattle's defense is very good. Their offense has been way better than I thought. I like Jacksonville, but I do think this team is beatable, and I think Seattle will go ahead and take care of business there. Raiders minus 2.5, probably the riskiest one of all these. But Tennessee, I think, is really bad. They won last week. I had the money line. Obviously, it's one of the big reasons why we won over 27 units last week is that we had Tennessee money line against the Cardinals. They should have lost that game. They were dominated for like 80% of that game, and in the last 20%, Arizona blew it. The Raiders aren't a great team either, but I think the Titans are just a little bit worse, and that's why I think the Raiders will go ahead and win this game. And then we got Niners plus 7.5 alternate spread. The Bucs, even when they have won this year, have not won a game by more than 3 points. I think the Niners are actually going to win this one outright, but in the event that the Bucs do win, Niners plus 7.5, we keep this one a touchdown, we're good to go. The Niners haven't lost by more than 4 points in a game this year. So it's a 6-leg parlay plus 1,442 odds over on DraftKings. So pretty big parlay, but I like it a lot. All right, guys, in our third and final parlay in today's video, I'm kind of cheating a little bit. I'll explain why. This is our Hungry Dog parlay. Of course, last week, this is the parlay we hit that was plus 2,351 odds. So obviously very good numbers there. This week, it's still a 3-leg parlay, still underdogs minus 1. Seattle was an underdog to start the week. They're now no longer technically. They're minus 115. But Jacksonville's minus 105. So, I mean, they're both, close to even odds. I guess, technically speaking, Seattle is a favorite here. Look, it's a Hungry Dog parlay, but do you want me to be honest and try to get a win? Or do you want me to just throw an underdog in there because we need a third underdog? I think this is a one that could legitimately hit. 2 confirmed underdogs, and then a third one where they're not really underdog, but they're basically a coin flip. And they were underdogs to start the week. We have Niners money line. We have Bears money line. Niners, again, I just talked about it. I have them plus 7.5 in the other parlay, but I do think the Niners can win this game outright. Tampa Bay has been kind of flirting with losses all year long. They're like 1 or 2 plays each game away from being like 0-5. It really is crazy. The Bears money line coming off the bye week, playing a Commanders team that I don't love their defense, and offensively they've been solid, but they've got some injuries too. I think Bears coming off the bye week, they've had a couple games now. I think Ben Johnson, his offense with Caleb Williams starting to kind of take shape. Defense hasn't looked great this year, but I think that could improve. And then at Seahawks money line, I think they're going to beat the Jaguars. I know they're not technically an underdog, but again, I'm trying to give you guys a parlay that will hit. Last week I did the same thing. I gave you guys 3 underdog legs I thought we're definitely going to hit. Well, not definitely, but we're going to hit. I thought they were going to hit, and they did. 3-leg parlay plus 1,253 odds. It's still a very good parlay, still very good odds, even though we have Seahawks in there. If you guys are very strict about an underdog parlay and you want another one, I could recommend the Lions, although I do kind of lean Kansas City in that spot. I don't hate Atlanta. I think they're a bad matchup for Buffalo. Beyond that, you could kind of take your chances with Tennessee again, but I wouldn't bet on it. And that's really about it. Maybe the Saints against the Pats because of the letdown spot. Carolina. I mean, there's a couple that are but I don't love it. So this to me is a really good parlay, very good chance of hitting, and it's plus 1,253 odds. So that is my third and final parlay in today's video. And by the way, guys, we're about to hit the 10-minute mark, the 10-minute mark in today's video. So before we get into the teasers, please go ahead and comment 10 down below. As always, we thank you guys for watching through each and every single video here on the channel. And don't worry, I have not forgotten about the Big Tease giveaway. I know last week I didn't announce the winner. It's just been a hectic week for me between pizza business work and Guy Boston sports work. It's been a little hectic week. I will go ahead and message the winner from last week and get you that gift card. We'll do another giveaway again, but this time we'll do it a little bit differently. Instead of commenting Oracle or Big Tease, whatever, as long as you comment 10 you're officially entered into the contest. So the final teaser, the big tease, if you will, if that teaser hits, which is minus 140, so it's projected to hit, one lucky commenter will win a free $25 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is comment 10 down below, and you're officially entered into that contest. Again, the teaser has to win, but if it wins, one lucky commenter wins just a free $25 Amazon gift card. And so far this year, I want to say we're like 4-1 on the big tease, so we've handed out a couple of winners already this year. All right, guys, our first teaser in today's video is our total tease. It's a 3-leg teaser, 7-point tease, plus 120 odds. We have the Lions-Chiefs under as the first leg. The actual line is 52.5. We're adding a touchdown now. Now it's the under at 59.5 points. I actually, and again, the Sunday Football video will be coming out soon. I do lean under in this game. I know a lot of people are going over here, but I do have some question marks about the Lions. They have some injuries in the offensive line. I know Detroit's offense has been very high-powered and has been firing on all cylinders. I do think the Chiefs' defense, although they haven't been great this year, can slow them down a bit. And on the flip side, although the Lions have some question marks in the secondary, Kansas City's offense has not been a highly scoring offense all year long. If we add the touchdown to it, 59.5 is a very high line. I just don't see this game being the shootout that I think some people think. I think a lot of people are thinking it's going to be an over bet. I think the under, especially at 59.5, is a very good play. We have Cowboys-Panthers over 41.5. Removing a touchdown from that line. Again, both these defenses are not very good. The Cowboys' offense, at least, is very good. The Panthers' offense, it's been hit or miss this year, but I think this matchup, they can at least contribute like 21 points here or 20 points. Even 17 points, honestly, should be enough, and Dallas can kind of take it from there. And then the over 37.5 and Rams-Ravens, kind of the same thing. I think the Rams will score most of the points here against a pretty bad Ravens defense. And then as long as Cooper Rush and the Ravens can contribute 10 points, somewhere in that ballpark, we should be fine. Next up, guys, another 3-leg teaser, little underdog tease here. We got 3 spreads, underdog spreads. We're taking them and just basically adding 6 points. So it's a 3-leg teaser plus 140 odds. We again have the 49ers here, where I talked about already. I think they're going to win the game outright, but now we get them at plus 9.5. As long as they don't lose by more than 10 or 10 or more points, we should be good to go. Falcons plus 10.5, same thing. As long as they don't get blown out by the Bills, we should be good here. And then Bears plus 10.5. All of these teams basically have to keep their games within 10 points. They can all 3 lose, but as long as they keep their games within 10 points, we should be cooking here. All right, guys, last but not least, the big tease. Again, comment 10 down below, and if this teaser hits, one lucky commenter will win a free $25 Amazon gift card. We have 4 teams. All of them are favorites, but I'm basically just taking 13 points off each one and making them big underdogs. So it's a 4-leg teaser, 13-point tease, minus 140 odds. We have the Rams now at plus 6. They can even lose if Cooper Rush has an incredible game. They can lose the game as long as they don't lose by 7 or more, or even 6 or more. I guess you can go ahead and cash that one. Chargers plus 8.5, same thing. They can even lose to that Dolphins team as long as they don't lose by, get blown out by 9 or more. We're good to go. Seahawks plus 11.5. They've been pretty solid all year long. Even when they lose, they're tight losses. As long as they don't get blown out, you're good. Same thing, Chiefs plus 10.5 here. As long as they keep the game within 10 points, they should be good to go. So Rams spread, Chargers spread, Seahawks spread, and Chiefs spread. We're taking 13 points and adding it to that spread. So now they're big underdogs. Again, it's a 4-leg teaser, 13-point tease, minus 140 odds. It's our final pick in today's video. All right, guys, that is it for me today. Thank you very much, as always, for watching. One more time, please make sure to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and drop a comment down below. Again, thank you for watching. I apologize. I know the video is coming out a little late on Sunday. And I know, obviously, last week I gave out more parlays and more teasers. It was just crunch for time this week, so unfortunately, we didn't have as long a video, as many picks, but next week, obviously, we'll kind of be back to normal. So thank you very much, guys. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy the NFL football slate. It's going to be a good one. Let's go ahead and make some money, baby. Let's go.